Welcome to Tommy Green TV, bringing you the latest in Arsenal footballing news and update. You know the drill. You landed on my channel. Like, share, comment. Most importantly, subscribe. Match day 11, Liverpool v Arsenal. 4-0 to Arsenal. To Liverpool, sorry. I wish it was to Arsenal. What can we say? It was a game of just showing you levels. That's how I'm going to put it. First half, we kept Liverpool at bay. We put them away. We didn't really put them away, I would say we controlled. I don't think they settled into the game as yet. Their pressing wasn't as great. They weren't really settled at that point. The atmosphere, the Klopp stadium was not really popping at that point. It wasn't great. The game was just flat, basically, and they were going through the motions, through the gears. It was almost like a warm-up kind of thing. And for me, the moment we lost the game was the moment Arterta decided to go and become a WWE wrestler versus Klopp at Liverpool. That was the moment we lost the game, because it seemed like, okay, because, the beginning, it was a good standard kind of match, friendly, everybody was, was feeling out the process, they were trying a lot of combinations, it wasn't working, so because of that, the atmosphere, we controlled the atmosphere at that point. Everything was okay at that point. We knew that Liverpool, they'd already tested us a couple of times already at that point. And Ramsdale had kept us in the game. He had already made 3 unbelievable saves at that point. So the warning signs were there already. What is the worst thing that you can do now at this point? The worst thing you can do at this point is to go and provoke the Arsenal, the Liverpool, their fans, their managers, and that just, the moment Arteta and Klopp got into a real fist, that they even got yellow cards, that was it, man. You just knew. Sadio Mane just switched on to some beast, man. It's like, okay, yeah, they remember that this is Arsenal that we're playing, and they always flog Arsenal, man. And it just switched, and they got their first goal. Poor defending, in my opinion. But then I look at it and I think, is it poor defending, or is it the delivery was so good that, Mane knew how to kind of time his run to get the goal that he wanted. He literally ran in between Tomiyasu and Gabriel, which 2 big guys, you wouldn't expect. It's a set piece. You would expect them to, sort themselves out. We've been really good at defending set piece this season, and we've been good at scoring from set piece this season. So that was just, from that moment on, you just knew, okay, this is going to be a long, afternoon or evening. From 1 to 38 minutes, we held Liverpool, we matched them, we controlled the crowd, we controlled the play. Even though they had a couple of chances and Ramsdale had saved us, we were still in the game. And when we went into the first half, I can only imagine what Klopp said at that point. Second half, here's some fufu. Here you go, Mane, Salah, do the business, finish this game off. And they just looked a different beast when they came out. They looked, different. I don't even understand. Man, I felt sorry for Tavares, man. Tavares he had a stinker, in the second half. He just couldn't get in the game. I look at Lokonga. Oh my God, he was bad. He was awful in that second half. First half, they were making mistakes. You could tell, but because Liverpool were not in the game at that point, they weren't really capitalizing on those mistakes. Now, second half, they came out with the same mindset, with the same, okay, we've done well the first half. They've only scored a goal. It's a lucky goal, which, you can understand why they would come out with that mindset. Liverpool have come up with a different mindset. This is the mindset of champions, Premier League champions. This is the mindset of Champions League winners. This is the mindset of serial winners. And they came in and they just showed that, look, we might be coming up. We might have had 10 unbeaten run. But there are levels to this game. There is levels to this game. We might be here. We were here before, of course. We might be here and we're trying to climb up. But there's levels, there's gaps. And if you're lucky enough to sting Liverpool here and there, you're lucky to do that. But the reality is their last game against West Ham, they lost it when they weren't really supposed to lose it. So they were going to come with reactions. They were going to come with, and the second half, their midfield, oh man, I was so I'm an Arsenal fan, but I was so impressed with their midfield. Chamberlain, Fabinho, oh my God, breaking up the play. You couldn't pass the halfway line as an Arsenal player. If you do pass the halfway line, Van Dijk is waiting for you. If you manage to get past Van Dijk, they're already back. Enough players back. It was just, you could see the levels to this. You could see the level to this game that Liverpool, you could see where they are as a team. You could see where they are as a team that presses. You could see they don't, we tried to play out from the back and they were like, you know what, you do it. We'll do what we do best, which is we press. We press from the middle. The front three start the press, and then the middle, the midfield, they control that midfield. It's very hard for you to get in behind them from that midfield. And when you do, you best hope that maybe there's one or two of their defenders are maybe going to make a mistake. And Liverpool they showed us that they're not a class apart from us. They're 2-3 classes apart from us. We've played Man City, we've played Chelsea, and now we've played Liverpool. And in those games, I believe we've conceded, if I'm not mistaken, 5-4, was it 2-0? Yeah. So we've conceded about 11 goals against the top three. And I think we've managed to score maybe, we haven't scored against. So there are levels to this game. We lost. The second half, we had a stinker. Every player on that pitch was horrible in the second half. The only person that can raise their head after this game today, for me, would be Aaron Ramsdale. If not because of him, we would have collected at least 7-8. But the first goal, you think, can he do better? Because he did have a hand to it. But at the end of the day, that's a reflex save that he has to make if he was to make that. Because Mane headed the ball down. So it's not like you're heading, it's not like it's something that's straight at him. It's a reaction save that he has to make. And at the end of the day, Mane was not supposed to get in between those two players. So for me, reality is, if Ramsdale didn't pull off those saves, we should have been way behind. So it's a learning process. The boys will learn. Some of these players will get dropped, I know, for the next game against Newcastle. That's now very important for us to win. That game against Newcastle. Yes, they might be the richest club in the world right now because of the money they have behind them, but they're still Newcastle at the end of the day. And we're playing at home. So hopefully our form can pick up. Hopefully we can score from open play. Hopefully we can make an impact, because I was really disappointed that from open play we just didn't look like we were going to score. It just, one or two chances for Aubameyang, but those were very half chances. They're not real chances that you could. I don't think I remember Alisson being busy, to be honest. I think maybe one or two chances, and that was it. They were not real. If we continue playing an extra 10 minutes, I probably think that Liverpool would have probably scored an extra 2 goals in this case. But it's a learning process. They're young boys. They will learn. The senior players didn't really turn up. Like I said, well, they didn't turn up in terms of producing, but in terms of work rate, they did turn up, which, counts for something, I suppose. That first 38 minutes, everybody turned up. After that, it just went back to the old Arsenal that we haven't seen in 10 games. So hopefully this will be a learning curve, even for the manager. Don't be stupid at the top level. don't be stupid. At the top level, you don't go to places like Anfield, to places where the crowd, the players feed off the energy of the crowd, and go and be stupid. He normally is cool, but whatever the scenario is, that incident changed the whole dynamics of this game, and fortunately, we've lost. Every player, every manager has to take accountability. That's the way I look at it. Arteta has to take accountability for being stupid enough to incite the wrath of the Klopp fans and Anfield, and that gave the energy buzz, man. They gave the players buzz and energy, and the players, wow, they need to look at Liverpool and know where the target is. I expect top 4 because we're not playing in Europe, as far as I'm concerned. So there's no excuse of, we're playing in Europe, we're playing 2 days a week. No, West Ham are in the top 4 at the moment. There's a gap open there. Forget Liverpool, forget Chelsea, forget City. That 3 is gone. But that last spot with West Ham, who lost today, there's that spot that is open. So we need to capitalize on this opportunity right now. We're still 5th. We're 3 points behind West Ham, which is good because we play Newcastle next, and we have to go on another form of run. We play Newcastle next, then we play Man United. Then we play Everton after that. These are games where we can pick up at least a good 7 points out of 9 or something like that. We need to go on another run. So let's just see. Let's just hope. Let's just pray that we can move on. It's disappointing that we got spanked, but at the end of the day, there's levels to this game, and we got shown where we are. We're not top 3 quality. We might be 4, 5, 6 in terms of quality, but we're not top 3. So I wouldn't really worry about this. We knew we were going to get beat. Just don't like getting spanked. That's what it is. But the boys, you can't fault them. They tried, just didn't work out. Levels to the game, man. Levels. Guys, you know the drill. You landed on my channel. Like, share, comment. Most importantly, subscribe to my channel. Till the next time, let's get it.